not aware, in Japan, in order to be a member of the Japanese Culinary Association, you have to prove your ability to create continental cuisine. So it's not just Japanese cuisine, but continental cuisine also. So they're very, very strict in all of their things which come into their membership. Some of the finest French restaurants in the world are in Japan.
We are now moving into the category, and I'm trying to coordinate this whole thing with the what's happening next door, namely with the global chefs, so that at the very end we have the first ever, the inaugural celebration of recognizing the top chef in the world. So we are. You need to hang in there with us, and there's plenty of time. No use to rush and no need to rush. But now we are going to go into some of the major awards that the World Federation is giving to deserving individuals. And it's only appropriate that Billy Gallagher is focusing on the element that is very close to him, namely that of the Honorary President's Humanitarian Award.
Thank you, Ferdinand. As we've sadly seen over the past few days, we are continually hit with disasters, be it the tsunami, cyclone, hurricane, earthquakes, volcanoes, things that are normally very unpredictable and sadly have devastating consequences. The World Association of Chefs Societies recognizes that chefs are caring individuals, and also recognizes that many of you do outstanding work in your own region and in your own countries. And this award really is to stimulate and reward those countries that go the extra mile and do that little bit extra for their fellow human beings. When you use the word Katrina, we all know of the devastation it caused, the tremendous loss of life, and the unbelievable hardship that followed. We would like to present the Honorary President's Humanitarian Award to an association that got behind the disaster relief, and their members and their regional boards made every effort they could to help the people that were most affected. And I'd like to call upon Mr. John Kinsella to accept the award on behalf of the American Culinary Federation for their work, their tremendous work in New Orleans. John. May I call upon Rochelle? Is Rochelle here? Okay, 1 second.
And
I'd like to call on Rochelle Schatzel from Nando's, who is going to present the award. They are the sponsors of this award and are well known for their charity work also. Thank you.
When Katrina hit us, first of all, Ferdinand called me and WACS sent us money, a terrific donation straight away. Within 72 hours, our regional vice president, a member of Unilever, organized $2 million worth of aid and relief to the people in Katrina. Another member, Chef John Foes, shut down half his manufacturing plant and fed 10,000 people 3 meals a day and actually distributed all over New Orleans. Chef Paul Prudhomme opened his plant and did the same thing. It's wonderful when you have that type of support, and it's very easy as a president to talk to people and say, I need this, I need this. And it's funny, John said, this is a funny story, a truck backed up to his place one day and the guy says, I'm supposed to deliver this to you. And he says, okay. And he says, just sign for it. And John says, but this is not here for us. He said, you just need to deliver it somewhere else. No, I'm leaving it here. So he unloaded the 18-wheeler, off he went. And there was nearly, I believe, 25,000 pounds of product in that truck. And John says he's still trying to find out where it was going to be delivered. But the people in New Orleans got everything in that truck and thousands of dollars every day. And it's wonderful to be a president when your friends will do anything to help people in need. Thank you so much.
You know, the acronym CHEF, the very last letter, S, does stand for social responsibility. And that social responsibility, or that mandate for social responsibility, has served us well. It has kept us on the forefront, and it reminded us of what it is that we need to do. And oftentimes our support is not measured, cannot be measured by the magnitude of money that we can contribute, but it's measured by the symbolic impact that it has. And you know, whether it's called Katrina or the tsunami, or now most recently the disaster that we have heard about in China and around the world, the association is always there to help people. And the interesting thing, I'm not sure if you remember, when the tsunami hit, I mean, there are so many organizations that donate money. Our little part of it would be totally insignificant. However, where chefs and where we can make a difference is by identifying and working with people on the ground that are very close to what's going on and are chefs. And so, as an example, when the tsunami hit, we essentially, you essentially, donated money to buy fishing boats so people could go back and help themselves. And I think that's a wonderful cause. And those are the kind of causes that we are seeking so that we can make not necessarily a difference in a broad scale, but in a difference in a very specific segment, a segment hopefully that's associated with food and something that we all can support and subscribe to. So we are well on the way of becoming much more sensitive to that social responsibility. And I thank all of you for your support. And as John said before, if anybody, any association would like to make a donation towards any of the causes, we have within WACS a disaster relief fund from which we can distribute funds to areas that really need it. So I appreciate your compassion, your ability to help, and certainly your support that WACS will continue to do those type of endeavors in order to make it a better world. Thank you.
Excuse me, Ferdinand. May we just call, and I'm speaking to the mentors and the delegations, to ensure that all the young competitors from the Hans Pushkin's Junior Challenge are actually in the room for prize giving. Could we just ensure that they're all in the room, please?
Thank you, Barry. Yep. All the competitors should be in the room now because we are moving very closely to recognizing the winners of the Hans Pushkin's culinary competition. You know, communication is such an important part for WACS, and it's very difficult, let's face it. Although we do have the website, we do have